Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I must say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and special Mother's Day to all the first time mothers and my friends who are first time mothers. Remember, being a mother is not just regular, it is a gift. And no one has given us a book or a mandate of how to be a mother. So be the best mother that you can be. Okay, this morning I'm going to talk about peace. In the book of John 14, verse 27, he says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world gives, I give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." This morning, I know many of us, we are going through troubled times, we're going through hard times. We're even struggling with things that people have done us in the past, things that people are doing us now, and sometimes it seems as if we can't find peace in the midst of our storm. But this morning he said he left his peace with us. We can have peace in our storm. We can have peace in our situation. We must just rest assured in his arms, because his arms is like a cushion. When we're in the storm, it cushions us. It even though the storm is rocking, or our boat is rocking, our ship is rocking, but when we're rest in his arms, we have peace, everlasting peace. And in Isaiah, he reminded us, he will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him. Many times we find ourselves being anxious, or we are in anxiety because we take our mind off the peacemaker. We take our mind off this peacemaker, and we started to focus on our situation, on our problem. Oh God, it is not going to work. Oh God, the people are going to say this. What are they going to do? How am I going to get through with this? How is my children going to survive? But he said he will give him peace whose mind is stayed on him. If our mind are stayed on God, we will find peace, perfect peace, complete peace in the midst of our storm. I remember the story when he was on the boat and the storm was raging, and his disciples was wondering, oh my God, how is this man sleeping and the boat is rocking and it seems like we're going to go overboard? And they said, Master, carest thou that we die? Look what is taking place. I'm paraphrasing here. Look what is taking place. And he said, he stood up and he said to the storm, peace, be still. And every time I remember that, it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I try to remember he's a peace speaker. He can speak to the storm and say, peace, be still. We have our storm and we can speak. He reminded us that we can do greater things through him. He has that power to speak to the storm. He had given us that power also, because he said greater things can we do through him. And we can speak to our storm and remind him of his word, just like what the word said in Psalms 29 verse 11. The Lord will give strength to his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace, and we are his people, and he will bless us with peace only if our minds are stayed on him. I remember this is a family story. I remember my brother, my older brother, he was going through some rough times. He couldn't find, he did not know where he was. His mind was completely lost. And I remember one night my mother called me in her room. God bless her soul, she passed away now. Called me in her room and she said, let's pray. Before she started to pray, it's like the emotion came over her and she started to cry. And she said, God, Why my children? Why my son? Why? And she was crying, and then I started to cry also, because I was questioning God, why? And my mother is a prayer warrior. She pray. When she pray for you, you get healing completely. And she cried, and she was questioning God, why her son, why her son, why her son. And then I remember she dried her tears and she knelt on her knees and she said, God, it is not my will, but thy will be done. But I'm asking you to give me peace to endure this storm, to give me peace to endure this storm. And immediately I saw the countenance of my mother begin to change. She began to smile. She began to say, all hail Emmanuel, Jehovah Shalom, I will lift you up regardless of what my family and my children and my son is going through. But you promise me that you will give me peace, and you promise me that my seed will never be ashamed, and you will bless them, and you will curse those who curse us, and you will bless them who bless us. Just give me your peace. And immediately she became so calmed, and we prayed and we smiled like there was nothing wrong. So this morning I want to encourage somebody. Whatever you're going through, just remember that His peace is perfect. Just keep your mind on Him. And I want to leave this with you. The book Psalms 91, this is my mother's favorite verse. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. When you are under the shadow of the Almighty, no matter whatever hell raise, whatever giant, whatever storm, whatever tsunami reigns, He is your peace. This morning I leave the Prince of Peace with you. Shalom, His perfect peace. And remember, His peace doesn't mean that you won't have trial times. It means that when you have trial times, you will still find peace. Have a blessed day, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.